Hello everyone and welcome back to DSP versus the Internet episode 24 for July 30th, 2023. A very well supported episode, which is why I look like an idiot. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you're watching live, thanks for being here live. If you're watching on demand, thanks for watching. Remember, liking the videos, leaving comments helps a lot. And if you want to be a part of the fun next week, become a channel member today. It is the channel members who nominate these videos. Let's continue on and see what's next. Uh-huh.
One, two, three, and let's go. It's your boy, M-A-O, to the I, to the O. Welcome you to my biggest fucking house up in the hills. You can get through the gate if you got the dollar bills. Throwing a Mario Party and your ass got invited. Ain't no need to worry, you'll get overexcited. This ain't the kids' Mario Party, playing games up in a car. Dancing, fucking, getting drunk up in my bar. All my friends and all my enemies have Sonic's doing blow, so he be running.
Wow. Sonic's doing blow.
Mega Man's having a washer dryer threesome. What a mess.
It's a Mario Party, baby. Nintendo boys go crazy. Everybody's getting smashed, and then we're gonna smash as long as Bowser doesn't kidnap all the ladies.
Now my bro Luigi, he never allowed. Head in the cloud, wonder what the full.
What do you guys think? I think it's alright. It's passable. I'm not too interested in it. I don't really play Mario Party anyway. I don't. I've never seriously played it. So to me, it's kind of like, meh. It's all right. I don't really want to watch any more of it. Okay.
All right. Well, welcome back.
Oh, look.
We're gonna do some gameplay of Corpse.
Well, earlier we were watching the Ultra member submission, which was me talking about Corpse Killer, and they said, "Well, where's the gameplay footage?" Here's the gameplay footage. You want to watch it? Corpse Killer. Here, let's fast forward to the actual game instead of the intro. Here we go. Corpse Killer.
What you're seeing is me moving the target reticule with my D-pad, and I'm shooting zombies by holding down the A button. And what you might be saying to yourself is, what the hell are you talking about? I don't see any zombies. Well, these pixely monstrosities that you see on the screen are the representations of zombies in this game. As you can see, some of them can stumble, some of them can fly, some of them are glowing like they're on fucking LSD. I'm not sure what that's about, but anyway, I'm just gonna keep shooting and hope for the best here.
Wow.
One zombie already bit
What a
me,
great game.
But I mean, just look how smooth and streamlined this footage is.
Look how
so
shitty it runs. It's totally fucking choppy
like
as
some
fuck.
guy.
This is supposed to be, you have to buy the Genesis, you have to buy the Sega CD and plug the Sega CD into the Genesis. Then you have to buy the 32X and put that on top. Then you have to buy the game. You hook it all up, you go to play it, it runs like this. You've spent like $600 to put all this fucking shit together. You go to play it and the game is dog duty. It's so bad.
It's just like strafing across an airfield with a shitty camera that he forgot to clean the lens before he started filming. And to boot, he fucked up the videotape, and now it's choppy as hell.
It's so funny, like
But that's
stuttering.
okay,
It's
because that
constant
just adds
stuttering.
to the aspect of survival horror.
That's the game.
And also, what you'll notice is the reticule is very slow moving across the screen, almost to the point where it's impossible for me to shoot some of these zombies. And that's actually okay, because that also adds to the horror aspect.
What's funny is the clip is fine. Like, the clip plays fine.
Don't let him get you, Rasta man. Come on, man.
Stab
There you
him.
go. You got a bobsled team to get back to.
What the
Oh
hell?
shit! It's a blonde that
Sure, read my stuff.
might be attractive, but I can't really tell because it's so fucking blurry.
Have a book, late night talk shows, TV.
I don't want to watch the fucking cutscene. Let's go. Is there more gameplay? No, it's more cutscenes. Here's the gameplay.
So here we are, we're back into the action. Oh, and they're throwing fucking skulls at me. Holy shit, oh, I'm gonna shit myself.
Grenade.
Grenades and skulls. The grenade hit me for 2 damage, and the skull just hit me for another 2 damage. Here they go.
Oh my god.
Alright, what's going
Yo,
on?
I can't
Oh,
believe it
fucking
runs so
shit.
bad.
It's
I
a
forgot how
zombie.
bad
Nice
this
shot.
runs.
Here comes another, oh fuck.
How could you
Hit
even
again.
enjoy the
Come on,
game
man.
when it's just stuttering like this constantly?
It's like I said, intentionally you cannot actually stop these grenades. That's why the target reticule is so slow. But this is adding to the aspect. I mean, you're constantly losing health. You know that there's no hope of surviving this island at all. So that's pretty much the goal here. Now, oh,
Radical dude, we're going in.
Radical dude.
Radical, dude. So, 13 years ago, this video got me 48,000 views. So, I mean, just fucking around with bad games back in the day. I got insane views doing it, right? pretty nuts. All right, let's continue.
Don't pick me, motherfucker.
Talk to him.
Hello? Hello?
Yes? Hello, crow.
That's crazy,
That's a very friendly crow. It's not afraid of humans at all. Look, flies right up to him.
That's crazy.
Try to pet him.
What did he say?
No, that one got the big ass beacon.
He said something.
Fuck you.
What? What?
Now,
He said F you. He said F you. Alrighty then. Oh, look at this. The truth behind the cheater of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I never heard that there was a cheater in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. See, now here's the thing. I'd like to watch this because this has clips of a real game show. I might not be able to watch this. Like, I'd love to watch this, but I don't know if it's going to work. I want to see if I want to watch it. Let's see what happens.
Obviously, with so much money at stake, it was inevitable that sooner or later somebody would try to beat the system. You know, give themselves a little advantage. All right, cheat. Getting away
This
with
is the UK version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Okay.
cheating us out of £1 million was going to need a mastermind with a cunning plan and a genius accomplice. But luckily for us, it was Major Charles Ingram who had neither of those things. On the 9th of September...
2001, wow. So you're talking over 20 years ago. Interesting. All right, I hope we can watch this because I'm fascinated. I might have to pause it every once in a while to break it up so it doesn't get flagged. I'd like to see how he tried to cheat. All right, so I break it up. It's about 10 seconds now. All right, let's continue.
2001, an unassuming Major took his place in the hot seat. And what was about to unfold, nobody could have predicted. Right, this is Charles Ingram. He's a Major. Up there in the audience, his wife, Diana. On his first night on the show, the Major's display of general knowledge was surprisingly poor.
What's funny is, if you're going to try to cheat on a show like this, it's not very good because your whole, like, they have your family in the audience and shit. So it's not like you're doing it for yourself. You're going to get exposed and everyone's embarrassed, right? Like, what did he do? Let's see.
I really haven't got a Scoobies.
In Coronation Street? Coronation Street's a popular UK, like, drama, isn't it? So I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Should have been.
Never heard of it.
It's the right answer. You got £4,000. Somehow he managed to get to £4,000, but used 2 lifelines to get there.
Wow.
God, no.
Oh, God, no.
To come back to home.
He went away and returned the following night with a new game plan involving his wife Diana and fellow fastest finger first contestant Tequin Whittock, who he'd met on a previous episode.
Oh, are they giving him signals to cheat or something? Oh, boy, okay.
The plan was that Whittock would signal correct answers with a cough.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Holbein. I think if I had to guess, and I can, I think I'd take cricket. I'm sure it's a hat. Am I sure? Yeah, hat. It's a hat.
The only hiccup came on the £32,000 question when both the Major and Whittock couldn't answer a question on pop music.
Oh, they don't know
Even
it.
after a 50-50, the Major is going to go for a wrong answer.
I think it's A1. I've just never heard of Craig David, so I think I'll go for A1.
That is until his wife Diana develops a nasty cough of her own.
A1 or Craig David.
Here comes the U-turn.
No, I'll go Craig David. Yeah.
Final answer.
I'm going to guess Craig David.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Huh.
By the time the Major reached the £1 million question, alarm bells were ringing behind the scenes. And now the Major, his wife Diana, and their accomplice Whittock were being monitored closely. It's worth £1 million.
So wait, so the reason that the flag occurred was because they noticed that all of a sudden he would change his answer last second, and then it would be the right answer. And it's like, how the fuck is he doing that constantly? I see. Okay, got it. A number 1 followed by 100 zeros is what name? I have absolutely no idea. It's probably not a Megatron. It's not a Google. a Google? I have no idea.
I'm not sure.
Darziak says it got pretty convoluted. Previous members of this guy's family also had been contestants. They made a system at home to train themselves on winning when they got on the show. What the heck?
Charles, you haven't been sure since question number. All he needed to do was read through the options and wait for Whittock's coded cough.
I think it's a nanomole,
No cough there.
but it could be a gigabit.
So he says okay, that definitely the red flag is that he always says every option, but if he hears a cough, then he immediately guesses that option. That would have been a dead giveaway, I guess. Okay.
No cough there either.
I don't think it's a Megatron.
Neither does Whittock.
And I have to say, I don't think I've heard of a Google.
And there it is. The Major now has the £1 million answer.
And by process of elimination, I actually think it's Google, but I don't know what a Google is. So
And the rest of it is all acting.
I really do think it's a Google.
But you thought it was a nanomole. And you've never heard of a Google. And there's £1 million involved.
I know, but it's not a gigabit, nanomole, and Megatron, and there's only 4 of them, so it must be Google.
The stakes are huge. And the Major wants to make one final check.
I'm sure it's Google.
Dude, all right, now it's just ridiculous. There's way too much coughing going on. This is out of control. At this point, the guy should have stopped coughing. He's such a dead giveaway. How stupid.
And there it is.
I'm going to play.
He coughed like 17 times.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Charles, give me that check. £500,000. You no longer have that. You just won £1 million! The win was short-lived, and after a thorough investigation, his cheque was cancelled. And all 3 ended up in court and were found guilty of conspiring to cheat the show. So sadly, Major Charles Ingram didn't become our third £1 million winner.
Oh, he would have been only the 3rd winner of the show, huh? I mean, that was 2001. That was so long ago when the show probably just started. That's interesting. They were all given prison sentences, but it was suspended for 2 years. Okay. And they were each fined £15,000. Wow. So they did have some prison involved for being scam artists. Wow. Interesting idiots. Okay.
In 2022, I was a full-time DoorDash driver. While also doing other jobs, I was able to manage squeezing in about 35 hours of DoorDashing per week.
That's a lot.
In this video, I will be taking you through what you can expect from a full year of DoorDash, how much money you'll make, how the different times of day, month, and season affect pay, and what you're left with after the year is all said and done. I started my year off wanting to grow my DoorDash income, and with that meant testing different strategies to see what ways I could make more money. I started off with some good old-fashioned cherry picking.
Wow guys, finally, after 15 minutes of waiting, I get this order. Finally, sheesh. That took so long.
And after making only $97.50 in 5 hours, I came to discover that maybe being that selective with orders wasn't the best for my area. I then decided to go back to Top Dasher and accepted over 50 orders in a row.
Wow.
I just had a DoorDash pickup. Oh, thank goodness. That does it. These are my stats over here for how many orders I did and how much money I made, all that stuff. I'm so over this whole challenge.
Then came the really slow times of the year.
I've been staring at this screen right here for about 10 minutes.
Making only $9 an hour after expenses is terrible.
Yeah, that is.
And pretty hard to push through. But if you stay persistent and keep grinding, things get a lot better in February. Now, even though DoorDash is going well at this point, I started getting greedy. And so what I did was I got on Grubhub as well, making it easy for me to hit my daily goals. And that's actually something that I highly recommend you do. Don't just be a DoorDash driver if you can. Try and get on Grubhub and Uber Eats because it makes making a lot more money way easier.
And what I was just going to say is, because you're not an employee, you're technically not an employee, you're a contracted worker, there's nothing to prevent you from doing that. As long as you are delivering and everything, and you're doing good jobs and everything, it doesn't matter if you're working for 3 companies at once, you could technically do that.
This is when I discovered how much more money I'd need to make per hour to make up for the crazy gas prices, leading me to work 100 hours in a single week.
Wow!
It's about April at this point, and as you go about being a full-time dasher, you'll notice that DoorDash will change and add new things and features every so often. So, it was at this time they introduced the pizza delivery program.
Oh, what's that?
Which I came to find out is really great and actually super profitable, especially on the weekends. After over 3 months of pushing myself really hard, I had some things come up with my dog and had to take some time off, which will probably happen to a lot of you as a full-time dasher. Things come up in your life where you get burned out, and working for yourself means when these things happen, you can actually take a step back and take some much needed time off.
And you know what? That's true too. Since again, you're not an actual employee of the company, you're allowed to take any time off that you want, and there's no one to stop you. You're not going to lose your job. The gig economy will still exist when you're ready to go back. So that's actually kind of interesting.
Like I did. Then after a few days of that, you'll start to crave the dopamine rush, getting instant money just for delivering food, and you'll be back at it like you never left. Or at least that's what I did. Trying out new features again, testing out more driving strategies, torturing myself by accepting every order,
That's nuts.
and so on and so forth. It's now about mid-year. You've realized you can fairly easily make $1,000 a week, and you're cruising along. But with the inconsistency of DoorDash, you have some really good days and some really bad days.
I'm sure.
And somewhere after about 6 months of volatility and back soreness, you'll decide you've had enough. Then you'll go on and try something else, realize DoorDash is the easiest job in the world, and you'll probably miss it pretty badly. So you go back. You start making money again, and right as you're back into your flow, there's more changing features. This time it has to do with your pay. Intrigued, you'll go out and test this over and over and over, all because you want to make the most money possible again. You'll realize that increasing your acceptance rate by a little bit actually does improve your pay slightly. And through finding that out, you go crazy and see if you can make a whopping $3,000 in a week. Obviously, you'll fail, because I really don't think it's possible to make $3,000 in a week.
That would
but
be
hey,
insane.
at least I gave it my best shot. Summer is now winding down, and you're getting pretty bored of your area. So maybe you go and drive to some other areas, just to shake things up. What you'll find is that you miss the familiarity of your old area and all the little nuances that helped you max out your income over there.
I was just gonna say, if you become an established, experienced delivery driver, you probably know the area, you know the right routes to take, you know the little intricacies of how to pick up. People recognize you as a dasher, so you get a little bit of like a camaraderie with the restaurants you're getting food from. They speed up a little bit. So yeah, probably you would want to end up being a regular in a certain area just on that. If you're just a guy, if you're just doing it randomly, it's going to be a rougher thing, especially if you're not familiar with the area and you get lost and shit.
So you'll go back, decide you want to grind away and try and make $5,000 in a month, and right as you're hitting your stride, bam, back-to-back car accidents.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that really happened to me. But you won't let that stop you.
Well, there it is, guys. The new DoorDash mobile.
Bought a new car.
You get a new car and decide, man, I should probably cut back on the time I spend driving for DoorDash. So as the year commences, you switch to part-time and realize that this is better for your health because you don't have as much back pain. It's better for your wallet because you can pursue other things that have way higher earning potential and not as many expenses tied to them. And it's better on your mind because you get to work less.
Just gas alone has to be crazy, especially these last couple of years where we've had crazy inflation in the United States. Gas has, in some places, doubled in cost. Here in Washington State, we have the highest gas prices of the entire country right now. So imagine you're a DoorDasher in this area, and your cost is just ridiculously high for no good reason.
So that was the story of my year as a full-time DoorDash driver. And as far as right now goes, I really am not full-time anymore. I would say I work about 10 to 20 hours a week with DoorDash. It's really, truly a side hustle for me at this point. And I think that's what everyone should get to. If you're dashing full-time, that's totally fine, totally perfect, but I would be striving to come up with something else on the side of DoorDash so that you can slowly cut back the hours you're having to work, because that's going to lead to more money overall in the long run. And throughout this year, I'm going to be showing you guys what my new streams of income are, how I'm making my money, and why not all of it is tied to DoorDash and YouTube anymore. But as far as DoorDash goes, I'm going to give you guys some advice, and then we'll break down my entire year's worth of pay and expenses.
Advice? I just want to hear the advice. I don't want to hear the pay and expenses. I want to hear the advice he has, though.
So a couple things that you should probably know if you're looking into becoming a DoorDash driver, or maybe you just barely started, you haven't completed a full year yet, and you're interested in some advice from a 4-year veteran DoorDash driver. Well, I would say that in January, it's going to be the slowest time of the entire year.
I wonder why.
Now, things definitely pick back up, and it's, I mean, I would like to say that I could predict what pay you're going to be expecting as the seasons go on, but sometimes summer is the busiest months, sometimes winter is because of the weather, and other times spring and fall are good. I mean, it's so volatile, and DoorDash is changing and their customers are changing constantly. It's really hard to predict any type of pay, but I would say that just as a good rule of thumb, you're going to be making less in January, and as the year goes on, you'll start making a lot more money.
I really wonder why in January
sometime in the summer you'll
declined.
hit like a really dead month. And
everyone's
then,
broke
as
after
year
the holidays or
out,
something.
You should see your pay increase as you go into October, November, December. Now, as far as things that can help you make more money as you go about your yearly dash, I would highly suggest getting the app Solo. It tracks your mileage and it also helps you plan out your schedule so you know exactly how much money you're going to be making in your area. I mean, you can watch as many YouTube videos as you want, but unless that specific DoorDasher is in your area, it's going to be hard for anything of what they say to apply directly to you. Yeah, there might be a couple nuggets here and there that you can take, but as far as your specific area goes, Solo is going to be a great partner app that you can use to track your mileage, track your expenses. They'll guarantee your pay if you schedule out your shift, and they also have some great help with your tax information. So if you're interested in downloading that, make sure you click the link down below in the description.
Oh, that was an ad. Dude, oh, you know what? Now I'm pissed. That's not real advice. That's a fucking ad. He got paid for that. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That really pisses me off. I thought he was being legit. Oh, fuck, man. Fuck this guy. Fuck this man. Who's the, one more video. San Francisco in 1906. A trip down Market. Oh my god. Is this real? Seriously? This is actual video from 1906? Holy shit. And it's a good frame rate. It's a legit frame rate, right? So this is what it was like back then. Goddamn traffic. Come on. I gotta get around Sunday driver bullshit. Obviously the sound isn't real. Right. There's no way the sound could be real. There was no audio and film in 1906. So this is all simulated sound. But this is what it looked like to be on a real street. Look, someone ran across the street. This guy's making an illegal U-turn. Did you see that? Did you see that illegal U-turn? Arrest that man. There's the trolley. It's the San Francisco trolleys back then. Oh, this is interesting, man. Older architecture. Back then, the architecture was brand new. Now we look at those buildings like, oh, those are old. No, that was brand new. This is when they were first made. Look at this guy walk. Guy cleaning the street. Look at that. Sweeping the street while the cars are driving. Look at how you look straight all the way down the road. You can see a ginormous building, like a big pillar, all the way down the road at the very end. Look how cool that looks. Wow. Another illegal U-turn. Did you see that shit? It wasn't. It was a turn. Someone was turning. Keep in mind, there's no traffic lights. There's nothing to determine the traffic. They just have to figure it out for themselves, the traffic. So basically, you have to be, like, super careful driving, go slow, right? Where are the piles of horse shit? That's probably what that guy with the broom was doing. He was probably cleaning the horse shit out of the streets. No crosswalks, nothing. Just free-for-all, move wherever you want in the street because, you know, this is all new shit, right? It's all new tech. The horse and buggy, not so much, but all the cars were brand new. Got a bicycle. Look at that. Dude, it looks cool. It looks like you feel like you're there. I feel like I'm really there. I like this. Look at all the guys have the same mustache. They all have the same mustache. It must have been like in style at the time. They all had the giant, bushy mustache, right? Standing right in the middle of the street making across. Huh. That's cool. The building's getting closer in the background. This is a busy city in 1906, right? This is in 1906? Yeah. This is neat. Well done. Wow. I wonder where they got this footage from. I'd fit right in. Of course I would. I could go, right now I could walk down this road. If I was teleported from my chair to 1906 San Francisco, I would walk right down this road dressed just like this, and everyone would just not even bat an eye. I'd blend right in, trust me. Right? I like this. Wow, this is neat. I wonder if there's more videos like this out there. To take you into a time, right? Everything's slow moving. See that? Everything's slow moving. Notice everyone's wearing dark colors. No one's wearing color. Everyone's wearing dark stuff outside. That's how it was back then. Everyone was dressy, right? Everyone dressed up when they went out. They didn't wear like colorful or that like casual clothes. When they went to go out, you're all like, everyone's dressed up formally, right? Pretty cool. Even back then, there were horrible drivers. I don't think there was no driving school back then, right? If you were rich enough to buy a car, you just fucking figure it out for yourself. There's no one regulating, right? Were there even driver's licenses back then? Probably not. Like I said, there's no crosswalks. You just cross whenever you can. Hope you don't get hit. Mango Pimp says this video was apparently made only 4 days before the 1906 earthquake and fire that hit San Francisco. Wow. There's a kid with a newspaper, right? He's trying to sell the newspapers, the newsies. Wow, this is cool, man. Wow, you can see the building is coming up in the background now. This is a really cool video. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. It's another freaking 7-8 minutes, but wow, it's well done. Well done video here. Takes you right into that time period. Holy shit, 120 years ago. Of course. Darcy, actually, I bet the people are looking, the reason they're looking at the camera, like, what is that thing? Right back then, probably people didn't even know what a camera was. Or they see a camera so not often, right? Maybe the newspaper person comes out to take a picture, big flash, big puff of smoke and everything with it. And to see a video camera like this, like, never heard of. You have no idea what it was. This is really cool. How in the hell did they preserve this footage so well? It's like super good quality for its age, right? Keep in mind, all the color is fake. That's why the sky looks like it's candy blue or something. It really didn't look like that. But it's pretty remarkable. I'll see you tonight, Kagami. Huh! The kid almost got hit. Did you see that? The kid almost got hit by the car. The newsie like went around the car fast. He almost got clobbered. Wow. There are stutters and jumps in the film too. You can see it's not super smooth. There's problems with some of the film. Huh. These kids are holding onto the car. Look. What are they doing? Other newsies holding the newspapers. Come on, kids, hold on. What the fuck are they doing? Get your hands off my car, you filthy rats. Wow. That was pretty nice. Guys, that was actually, no exaggeration, that was one of my favorite things I've ever watched on this show. We've been doing this since, what, February? 24 episodes? That was remarkable. To actually go put into a different time period, teleported there in first person, right? That was really, really neat. All right, guys, we're almost done. One more part coming. We got a great variety of videos this week. I can't wait to see what's next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the final part, DSP versus the Internet.